No, the Roman Catholic world, because of so many scandals and corruptions, has famously had to sell off many of its dioceses and many of its cathedrals. Here's a Roman Catholic cathedral in Dusseldorf, Germany, that is now a Pentecostal church. Do you think that whatever this nonsense patty cake is, do you think that's going to be able to stave off Islam? Do you think these goofballs stand any chance against an onslaught of Arab lunatics that are coming with scimitars and 500 offspring? Right? I mean, just the insane level of delusion, as I pointed out on Twitter today, with people who want to whine and bitch about me debating people. You're going to learn the hard way. You're going to wish in 10 to 15 years that you had supported me out here on the front lines debating all the top Muslims when your whole lands are coated with minarets and hijabs. And do you think your Skittles evangelicalism is going to stand a chance against a giant horde of Islamic invasion that's presently happening right now? I just drove coast to coast a few months ago. I saw mosques on Indian reservations. And you pathetic, weak people, disgusting, cowardly, weak people who want to virtue signal, piety signal about how you're above debating and how pious you are. And your children are going to wake up to the yapping minaret playing the yapping sounds. And your sons and daughters, which you probably don't even have because you're sterile, the ones that you do have, are going to be married off to Muslims. And you're going to be wondering, how did this happen? I can't figure out how it happened. How did our Skittles Christianity not stand up against a giant Islamic invasion? I just can't figure it out. I guess it was the fault of those evil debaters on YouTube. It was the evil debate people that caused all of it. When Islam invades the West as it is and it takes over, it will actually be justified. I don't want that to happen. But I'm saying when I see the attitude of people in the West, you are so ripe for conquer. You are so weak. You're so pathetic. You're disgusting. Most of you are disgusting. Meanwhile, your papacy prays towards Mecca and the mosques. And you LARP online as a trad cat when your infallible, indefectible head is light years ahead of you into Chrislam. And I open up Twitter, I open up TikTok, I see giant profiles of idiot blonde models with hundreds of thousands of followers talking about the lowest tier Dawa talking points. You understand it's already happening, dummies? You're already getting invaded. Oh, it's Pascha. I want to celebrate. Oh, it's Pascha. I want to celebrate. Well, good. Celebrate. Celebrate the death of the West. Celebrate the end of your genetic lineage. Celebrate the end of your culture. And laugh and giggle all you want. Pretend like it's not real. Pretend like there's not mosques going up. They just built a giant Islamic center in Florida. And then here's people, oh, you can't even deadlift 100 pounds. Right, so I can't deadlift is your answer to how you're going to stop this insane death cult sect of Islam invading the West. See, this is why people like you are the reason why it's a problem. Are you going to deadlift all the Muslims as they invade your country, your village, your gated community? BC, is that what you're going to do? You're going to deadlift to stop the Muslims, you idiot? They just tried to build an entire compound, a city village compound in Texas. There ain't no Muslim invasion. What an idiot. He wants to debate everybody. Just wait. Just wait. No. I'm not talking about, I know about Texas. They just built a separate center in Florida. They built a giant separate Islamic center in Florida. Oh, the Muslims are going to clip this. Why is he talking like this? Because you need a reality check, man. Who are the top people out here debating the Muslims? Me. Unfortunately, Sam Shalhoun, David Wood, AP, Bob, Orthodox Shahada, Lewis and Kai. Almost nobody, like, it's weird too because so many of I would say half the Orthodox clergy and world, they tolerate what I do, even though they hate it because they don't control what I say. They don't control, what I think or whatever. Oh yeah, God logic. And Christian Prince is worthless. He might as well just not even, because all he does is lead people into something just as stupid as Islam. His 80 IQ cult is just as dumb. So let's be honest here. And look at England. Basically, England is already Muslim. So you want to see your future, look at England. That's your future, bro. I said AP. I said David Wood, AP, Bob, Avery. So like there's not that many people. Yes, Andrew did a debate as well. So I'm not intentionally leaving people out. I'm just thinking about the standard, Muslim debater people out there. And half of the so-called Orthodox world thinks that debating is mean and evil. And I'm just sitting here saying, enjoy your Muslim overlords. That's what you want. You want to be under a bunch of weirdo, insane death cult people. You're going to get it. You're going to get it. You will get what you want. And you want to act like this is Christianity. You want to you act like this is something authentic. All this acting like a bunch of idiots and kindergartners, flopping around, yapping, acting like teenagers and 12-year-olds at a sleepover. You're ripe for conquering. By the way, I said this exact same thing 6 years ago when I debated my first Muslim. The first Muslim I debated was Paul Williams. Now, there was a previous conversation with Nizam Ghafoor, one of the Dawa guys, but it wasn't a formal debate. The first formal debate was Paul Williams. And I said right before I did the Paul Williams debate that Western so-called Christianity is ripe for conquer, and they're going to be conquered. And the Muslims clipped me about that because they thought it was some kind of own when I'm just trying to warn people about what's happening. Here we are, from 2018, 17, 18 to 2025, 7 years later, we have mosques going up in Indian reservations in America. We have giant Islamic center being built in Florida. They had tried to build a giant Islamic city in Texas. And people are still acting like Jesus doesn't want you debating. I mean, it's like, do you understand? You get what you deserve when you're that dumb and you're that naive. And even I was naive 10 years ago about the real nature of Islam. I never thought it made any sense. I never believed it. I didn't realize it was as dumb and crazy as it actually is. That's when I studied Islam, right? I started looking into it 2017, 18. And here we are. Now I have a good grasp on it. I don't know everything about it. I don't have to. It's an insane death cult. But you weak evangelicals and soythodox and normie-docs and ameridocs and all the rest of you charismatic skittles wusses who can't even handle a debate, how are you going to handle Sharia law? Oh, you're going to cower immediately. And you can celebrate the resurrection because we know Christ has already won. But that hasn't, in time, manifested entirely yet, has it? There's still warfare, there's still battle going on until the second advent. And that might be 100 years, that might be 200 years, that might be 500 years. And it's only going to take 10 to 15 years, if this continues, for your children to be under the Islamic yoke. And that's what you deserve, all of you cowards and you scumbags. And many of you are cowards and scumbags. I'm talking about the people who whine and bitch about debating being bad and who act like they're so morally superior. You will be under a yoke that you chose because you are weak and pathetic and a coward. And this is what you think is going to stand up against that?